Welcome back everybody, my name is Nick930 and today we're going to look at the top 10 most anticipated games this holiday season. This will include games up to the end of December 2017, so Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2 will not be included. Number 10, Super Mario Odyssey. Now this game is not very high on my list because I don't own a Nintendo Switch at the moment, but this game may be the first really good exclusive title on that platform. In Super Mario Odyssey, you can explore all kinds of really unique and colorful worlds, and the gameplay revolves around throwing your hat and taking control of nearby objects and characters, which should present some really unique and creative gameplay. Number 9, Fallout 4 VR. Fallout 4 VR is a standalone version of Fallout 4 that lets you play it entirely in virtual reality with the HTC Vive. There's a few really cool virtual reality games available to play right now, but nothing on the level of this. If Bethesda manages to pull this off, Fallout VR may be the flagship game for VR owners and one of the most immersive experiences on the platform, and my VR headset could use some dusting off. Number 8, Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor was a surprisingly good game when it released in 2014. It featured some smooth combat, fun stealth mechanics, and a unique ranking system for the orcs that would dynamically change based on your actions. I'm looking forward to seeing how they plan on mixing it up with this new game come October, and have been trying to avoid overwhelming amount of trailers and gameplay footage that they keep releasing every day. Number 7, The Evil Within 2. Bethesda also announced this follow-up to their successful horror franchise at this year's E3. Evil Within 2 will continue the story of Officer Castellanos, and just in time for the Halloween season. Oddly enough, The Evil Within 2 is the only AAA horror game releasing this season, so the lack of competition will probably help them meet expectations considerably. I just hope it's more of a horror game than the last game, because I felt like the game turned into an action shooter, especially towards the end. Number 6, Forza Motorsport 7. Forza has won me over in the past couple of years with their great attention to detail and excellent gameplay design. Forza Motorsport 7 was announced alongside the new Xbox One X and will feature top-of-the-line visuals. I'm interested in seeing how this one will stack up alongside Project Cars 2 and Gran Turismo Sport, but so far it's looking like one of the more visually impressive racing games this season. Number 5, Destiny 2 on the PC. I already picked up Destiny 2 on the PS4 and you can check out my review for that on my channel. But for those of you that didn't already know, I'm loving this game. It's a big improvement over the original game, and I find myself wanting to go back and play more all the time. I can't wait to pick this up on PC and run it at that nice unlocked frame rate with high resolutions, and also play alongside my friends in these strike and raid missions. Number 4, Star Wars Battlefront 2. EA and DICE have a lot to prove this year with their follow-up to the disappointing Star Wars Battlefront a few years back. Battlefront 2 will feature a full single-player campaign and a larger variety in gameplay, with all eras from the Star Wars universe being equally represented, including the new Force Awakens trilogy. Not only that, but DICE confirmed that the DLC for Battlefront 2 will be completely free, which is always a good sign. Number 3, Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty has been releasing every year and getting worse and worse. That's why it was refreshing to see Activision and Sledgehammer Games announce that this year's Call of Duty would no longer be future-themed, and would instead return to World War II, a setting that they haven't touched since World at War in 2009. I'm excited to finally see a next-generation interpretation of D-Day, which is what I've been asking for years now. I also am hoping that this multiplayer is fun and addicting like the older Call of Duties, so I can finally have something to play that's not as stressful as Rainbow Six or PUBG. Number 2, Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed took a year off last year after Ubisoft realized that their audience was getting tired of the stale formula that they kept throwing at us every year. But it looks like they're back this year, and with a totally new design for their stealth action open world flagship series. Assassin's Creed Origins takes place in ancient Egypt and takes more of an RPG approach. With variable weapon stats, tons of skill unlocks, and trading, EC Origins might be the refresh that the series needed. But before I reveal my top pick for my most anticipated game, here's a few other honorable mentions. And my number 1 pick for most anticipated game this holiday season is Wolfenstein 2. Wolfenstein: The New Order was a huge success when it released in 2014, successfully rebooting a beloved franchise while also restoring people's faith in single-player shooter games. Wolfenstein 2 looks to be continuing straight from where the New Order took off, and will have us once again mercilessly killing Nazis, only this time in a reimagined 1960s. If the gameplay from the past game and the more recent Doom is anything to go off of, Wolfenstein 2 looks to be a great return to form for the shooter genre, and a refreshing break from the other, more predictable titles coming out this year. And that's my list for most anticipated games this season. What do you guys think? Any games that you're excited to pick up? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more top 10s posted every week.